What's up, everybody? I am BK, bkbangers.com. Welcome to another video. Today's video, I'm answering a question from a subscriber who asked if I could do a video around the mixing and submixing sends and returns in standalone mode. And as I told the good brother, we don't have the option of submix inside of standalone. And when you're working inside the MPC X or MPC Live, in the current state of the 2.0, 2.2, 2.21 software, MPC software, there's no submix. Like how you see the submix here inside of the MPC, there's no submix. There's only the channels, and then their inserts, the main channels with the 4 inserts, and the master output as with the 4 inserts as well. So I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna flip over into the MPC Live standalone so I could show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, catch y'all on the flizzy. Okay, so we over here in the MPC standalone, MPC Live, and I'm gonna go right to the mix channel mixer. And currently I only have 2 programs and I'm only using 1 program. So I'm gonna play it for you real quick so you can hear what we're working with, and then I can get into the details. That's a joint that I was working on. So it's not mixed at all. So this is what the channel mixer would look like inside of the standalone mode, right? You have the different pad sections right here, and then you have the 4. You have the different pad sections that you could tap through with the Q-link. But because there's nothing besides these 2 programs here, it only allows me to go to the ones that's actually active. So when you double tap on the slider, you get this larger screen of the fader, and you get to see a more detailed version of the level, right? So right away you can see that on this particular kit we have 4 inserts, but we have 2 that's open and 2 that's being used. I hope I didn't do something wrong. So we have the EQ and the SB1200 SB1200 vintage gear. So the sends and returns, right? There are inserts, so you can have 4 effects, but there's no actual send, right? So there are 4 sends here, but where are you sending them to, right? This is the insert, You have the inserts there, 1, 2. If you route it, you're routing it to 1, out in 1 and 2. But you could go up to 7 and 8. So you have 4 different options for stereo and 8 options for mono. Right? These are the inserts. These are the sends. This would be going to send 1, right? But see, the confusing thing is, where is it sending it to? Is my thing, right? Oh, here go the returns. I forgot this is how you get to them. So you'd have to use your jog wheel, the scroll wheel up here, or you could double click it, and then you could come to the mixer section up here. And right now we're in programs. Double click on it and you go to returns. These are the returns. So on return 1, you would put, I don't know, say a chorus, right? You put a chorus on send or insert 1 on return 1, the send return 1, right? You put that there, and then you would go back to programs, and you could send the entire mix to send 1, right? So remember how it sounded before? This is how it sounds now with that chorus. Alright, it don't sound too much different, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside of the return. And I'm gonna edit it. Now, so you heard how that extra tail was on the beat when I had the chorus voice. So if I turn off the effect and play it, right? Now if I turn it on, so that's to show you that it's definitely being affected, because me myself, I don't even hear what's actually going on, but when I press stop, I can actually hear it. So that's pretty much what you would do. Again, you would go to when you start here, you would be on your programs. So you go up here and then you go to returns, then you go into, say, return 1 or return 2 or 3 or 4. We only have 4 returns. So then, but we on each return, we can put up to 4 effects. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16. So we can have 16 returns altogether. 16 effects altogether, right? And then you go back into program, and then you go to whichever one that you want to send it to. Down here where it says send, you would click on send, and now it's opened up that send. You wanted to open up send. That's another reason I was on the wrong send. So you want to make sure that you're on send 1 or send 2. If you're using the effects on send 2, you want to make sure you're on the effect, right? So now, before I was going up and down and we weren't hearing any effects. Now that I'm actually on send 1, let's see what happens. So we can see that it's actually definitely affecting the whole entire drum kit. Now, if you wanted to, like for me right now, I have this drum kit and I'm on one program, but I have 8 different tracks, right? So now I go back to main. Right? I go to menu and I go to pad mixer, right? So now, all right, so this Vox right here, I want to affect it, but I don't want to affect it directly on the pad. I want to go to a send, right? So I send it to send 2. Right? And what I will do is, let me see if I can get to it from here. No. So what you have to do is you have to, hold on. All right, so what you have to do, you have to go back to the mixer, go to your returns, go back to return 2, go on return 2, tap return 2. I don't know what I want to put on that. Put something. There's not many options in in the default stuff. I don't know. I'll put another chorus effect. Let me change this setting a little bit. Beat back up a little bit. Alright, so now you go back to pad mixer. Go on this one. So what you would do is double tap it, send up some of the effect. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna solo it so you could just hear that. So that's not the best example, but it's an example nonetheless of showing you exactly where you want to go to find the effect sounds and how to route it to the send. I mean, it's very simple once you know exactly what you're doing or where to look. Again, in order to get the send, in order to get the effect on individual pads, you want to send it to where you're going to send it to, right? So it's that send one. I also had something on send one, right? So again, this is not affecting the pad itself. I have nothing on the inserts on the pad. These effect sounds are coming from the return sends, right? I have a return on one. I have an effect on one, return one, and effect on return two, right? I could even turn up the effect. So once you have your effects on your returns, you could then go back to your programs so you know where you're at. You go back to Pad Mixer and you could route each individual pad to those two returns, right? And it's, well, let me take that off the solo for a minute. And it's also the same with the master. So now, remember I told you they give us 4 outputs, which are stereo outputs. There are 4 of them, right? So you could have inserts on each output, right? But you can't send it to a return because this is the master. You could only mute it, you could pan it, you could add inserts, right? You can move through your inserts, but you can't do anything outside of moving your levels up and down. So that's pretty much it. I mean, the submix, again, that I showed in that previous video, there are no submix. Like, we don't have the option for submixing like how we have it here on the desktop software version. There's no option for that. So we got to work with what we have. So if you want to do the like I showed with the how to control the volume and stuff like that by using the submix, potentially you could still do the same thing with the returns by sending the tracks to those returns, but it's not the same thing as the submix. So I don't want to confuse you guys. Like, if you're on a beginner level, if you might not understand. If you're on the intermediate level to a pro level and you've been moving around, shuffling around different DAWs, you might understand what I'm saying. But that's pretty much it. You know, I hope I touched on that topic correctly, and I made sense to you. If I did not make sense to you, I forget what the brother's name is. Let me see if I can pull his name up real quick. Like, Rob Harris. Rob Harris. I hope I touched on that correctly for you. Can you show us how to use this in standalone, sends, returns, etc.? So I think I pretty much showed how to use it. There's really nothing else to really show outside of just, knowing how to navigate to it. Your channel mixer is where you would find all everything that you need. Your returns are here, your programs are here, your master is here. Once you go to the return, you tap on return 1, return 2, return 3, return 4. Anyone that you're going to tap on, when you tap on it originally, there will be 0 effects there will be nothing in the inserts. You tap on the inserts, you have 4 different slots. You open up effect 1 and you put whatever you want to put on it. You go to effect 2, you put whatever you want to put on it, right? Now, this send return 3 has 2 effects. Send return 4 has 0. Send return 1 has 1 effect. Send return 2 has 1 effect, right? Now, if you're gonna affect per se the entire program, you would go to the program that you want to send the effect to. You would send. You would send you would open up, if you want to see it large like this, you would double tap on it so you can see what you're doing. But what you would do is you would tap on send and it goes through the different sends. So this is 1, right? This is going to be super effective. Right? 2, 3. We have 3 different send returns with inserts, right? Right? So that's how you affect them or use them per se. Now, the tedious thing is that if you want to turn it off, you have to go back to returns, go to from here, I gotta turn it off there. What else? I had something on 2, gotta go here, turn it off. Go 3, gotta go here and turn them off, right? Now, nothing's affected. And then, again, if you want to do it with the pads, the individual pads, it's the same setup, but you gotta come into the pad and touch on the pad itself and then tab through the sends, right? And that's how you potentially use the sends and the returns inside of the standalone version of the MPC 2.2.1 software in its current state. It's pretty much that simple. Again, Rob Harris, I hope this reaches you well, and I hope I get it up in time for you to peep it sometime this week. I should get it up today, which is Monday. But I don't know with the timing. Thinking if I'm missing anything. because I want to be thorough. I don't think I missed anything. Touched on the route, inserts, the send. Yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Do remember that music is life. It is our DNA. Keep banging. Peace, love, light. Till next time. Till next episode. Peace. Peace.